Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Memphis Grizzlies video. They are on a roll right now without Ja Morant. They've only lost one game since Ja Morant went down with an injury and COVID. This team is so fun to watch. They have a ton of talent, and I cannot wait to make this video. So welcome back to the channel, guys. If you enjoy it, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you wouldn't mind hitting this like button and trying to get to 100 likes on today's video, that would really help out the algorithm. Man, this Grizzlies team, so you take down the Los Angeles Lakers last night without Ja Morant and without Dillon Brooks. Two cats stood out last night, Jaren Jackson Jr. and Desmond Bane. But before we get into that, I want to start it off with a tweet, and this tweet is from Kel Wright. Here it is. In 7 games that Tyus Jones has started for the Grizzlies this season, he's recorded 51 assists and committed just 9 turnovers. He is the first NBA player in 40 years to have 100 assists and 20 or less turnovers through his team's first 25 games in a single season. So the reason I wanted to bring up that stat is Tyus Jones is a Duke guy, and I love Tyus Jones, and I love Duke, but also it's next man up. So obviously you haven't had Ja Morant in not quite a while, but in a little chunk of time. And the Grizzlies are having some of the best wins of the season. I've seen this narrative. Sometimes you'll see this narrative on Twitter like, oh, are the Grizzlies better without Ja Morant? It's like, oh my goodness, no. The Grizzlies have a ton of talent on their roster, and Ja Morant, he just takes them off too. I mean, Ja Morant is a hell of a basketball player, but you have to give credit where credit is due. The Grizzlies have made phenomenal front office moves in the last several years. They have a phenomenal coach, and they just have a phenomenal roster of veterans, of young players, of just everything you're looking for. And a huge reason for, so they won like 5 straight games, and they never lost. They were never losing. So prior to 2 nights ago against the Dallas Mavericks, where they had that was a tough loss. They had won 5 straight games without Ja Morant, and they had not trailed at any point in any game. I am like 95% sure that broke NBA history. So what are they doing? Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., pretty much every player on the Grizzlies is making some type of contribution. Like I said, it is next man up, but a huge reason has been the defense. The defense to start the season, it was lackluster, and they were having a bunch of issues. Since then, it has cleared up, and it has turned into one of the most efficient and dominant defenses. Red hot. They're red hot right now. Every aspect of this team. And like I said, it's not even just Ja Morant that they were missing, man. Dillon Brooks is a huge piece to be missing. He is another huge player for this roster. So last night, and really since Ja Morant's gone down, Jaren Jackson Jr. has been aggressive. He has been attacking the rim. He's had some nice touch. This is the Jaren Jackson that I've kind of been expecting. He's averaging about 20 points per game in the last 10 or so games. On the season, he's averaging just a hair under 16 or a hair over 16. This is what I want to see from Jaren Jackson when Ja Morant returns from injury. I think he can do it. This is what I was expecting Jaren Jackson Jr. kind of to turn into. But last night, 9 of 18, not a great night from downtown, 2 of 8, but finished with 25 points, man. 25 points. And Desmond Bane, I'm going to move this laptop here. Desmond Bane gave you 22 on 9 of 20 shooting and 5 of 11 from downtown. So what does this do? It does a couple of things. Basically, you're playing the Los Angeles Lakers, and they have a big 3, right? They have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook. So they have 3 top 75 players in the NBA right now. They've got 3 first ballot Hall of Famers, most likely, right there as their big 3. What did Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson do? They pretty much neutralized whatever that big 3 was going to do. Also, their defense pretty much contained all three of them. Pretty much all three of them contained it. Now, LeBron, he did get off to a hot start, but that was pretty much shut down. I mean, LeBron James is, at this point in his career, I don't think he's trying to control games for 4 straight quarters. I think he kind of picks and chooses when he decides to go off on the offensive end. But when you're getting 28 from Jaren and you're getting 23 from Desmond, it's just neutralizing their stars. So if your bench and your role players can play better, try harder than the Lakers, which, the Lakers aren't even going for 50-50 balls. They haven't been going for 50-50 balls the whole season. Russell Westbrook doesn't play defense. Carmelo Anthony doesn't play defense. They have a ton of defensive issues on this team. So shout out to Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. because if they're not dropping a combined, 25 plus 23? 48. If they're not dropping a combined 48 points, you're at a huger disadvantage, much more large. The Grizzlies bench unit and just even like their other starters tonight, D'Anthony Melton, Tyus Jones, they came ready to play. Even guys off the bench like Kyle Anderson returned tonight, but Killian Tilly, you saw Jarrett Culver had a really efficient game. All the Grizzlies bench players were positive in the plus minus. So really, Desmond Bane and Jaren, they just set the foundation. And they were like, they were the leaders last night, and they were like, ride off this momentum, ride off our confidence. You guys got this, we got this, we can beat this Lakers team if we just attack. And they caused a ton of turnovers. I believe it was 22, 24. Everything was just running. They were going run. They were trying to run the old-ass retirement home Lakers out of their building, out of their city, and it worked because they got a blowout win, and they held the Lakers to 95 points. They held them to 95 points. But what I loved so much was active hands, quick feet, jumping in passing lanes, blocking shots. The Grizzlies, they would get a defensive stop, and immediately they're running. It was immediately. And it was Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr. that I was absolutely loving in the transition game. And like I said, they're without Ja, they're without Dylan right now. Hopefully Ja can come back soon. But in the meantime, this is huge for the Grizzlies' confidence because it's saying to them, like, all right, if we're without our best player right now and we just took down the Los Angeles Lakers, we're taking down a bunch of impressive teams. We just won 5 straight games and we were not losing in any of them. It's giving these younger players, it's giving everyone within the organization more confidence, and it's showing them like, listen guys, we're the 4th seed in the Western Conference. A championship isn't crazy. A championship literally is not crazy. I'm not saying that the Grizzlies need to go out and make a move, but imagine the Grizzlies got like a borderline star at the All-Star break. If they got an All-Star at the trade deadline, I'd be like, they are contenders right now, but they'd be like immediate, like, whoa. Pay attention to what's going on in Memphis because they know exactly what they're doing. You saw it last year. You saw it especially last year, but just the last couple of years, the formation of this roster, the talent that they're finding, the Grizzlies front office, their organization as a whole, like just top to bottom, they're doing a phenomenal job. And I expect that to continue, and I think that they're only going to improve this season. They're going to make the playoffs, and they definitely have a really good chance at getting a home seed. It's awesome. Like, this is so cool to see for the Grizzlies. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment down below if you want me to post more Grizzlies videos, and I'll see you guys later.